Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Hope everything's going on well with your day. Mine's going pretty decently, and now that I get to play this game once more, I'm more than excited to progress and continue on. So, that's what we're going to be doing today, and see what comes from it. Hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for the love and support, guys. Let's carry on. Alright. We already got side quests ready, and we didn't even get a chance to really take a breather. Alright, first brigand. A friend gone missing. Help, it's been forever since we've seen our friend. Meet us at the church and we'll tell you the rest. Tony and Mina. Looks like there's more. Monster at the Mesoderm branch. At some point during yesterday's chaos, an experiment was released somewhere in the Zect Arms branch office's basement level, specifically the server room. Clean it up before the police move in. DL. A monster extermination quest? Looks like it's in the Zect Arms building too. The client's initials are DL. Do you think it's gotta be Grammy? Heir to the Phantom Thief name, keep distractions in your surroundings to a minimum. Basically, she's telling me I wasn't thorough enough. I see. I guess we can sneak our way back in when we get some free time. Alright. Alright. I'm ready to get this out of the way first though. So, hold on a second. Let's do this. Bop, bop. Alright, first one we'll take care of a friend missing. Ah, we're right here. Convenient. Mina. We're looking for a Tony and a Mina that put out a request for us. Is that you two? I'm from Arkwright Solutions. We got your first brigands. Oh, you really showed up. See? I told you it would work. Do you mind if we explain our request? Sure, I'm all ears. Okay, well, the thing is, there's this boy who goes to Sunday school with us. His name's Jed, and he can be a little rough around the edges sometimes. He skips school a bunch, gets into fights with other kids. Definitely sounds like a handful. Yeah, he really is, and no matter how many times the adults yell at him, he never listens. But none of that stuff means he's a bad person, you know? He just has a hard time expressing himself. That's a lot of excuses for a troublesome kid, but I get it. There are some kids that go through that too. Anyway, the problem is that Jed's, well, 3 days ago, he stopped coming to school, and we haven't, excuse me, we haven't really seen him since. He stopped coming without saying a word to anybody? That's what we think anyway. I know he's got a lot of stuff going on at home, but his dad hasn't reached out to anyone either. Then maybe he really is just skipping school. I don't think so. See, Jed might not like most things, but he does like me and Tony. Excuse me. Oh man, my voice. Ugh. That's why whenever he skips classes, he'll still come out to play with us. But it's been 3 whole days since we've seen him. There's gotta be something wrong. I see. Can't blame me for being worried, honestly. Alright, the teachers have been up acting pretty weird too today. I think they've been talking about Jed. But whenever we ask about what they're talking about, they just say it's a grown-up business and that we don't need to worry about it. How could they even say that to us? Jed's our friend. Anyway, that's why we decided to come to you for help. Can you please figure out what's going on with Jed? Look, I get that you really care about this kid, but I'm not so sure this is a job for a Spriggan. You seriously about to turn down a little kid, Arkwright? What a shame. This seemed like a wonderful opportunity to witness a Spriggan in action for once. Come on, Van. I get that this probably falls more into the guild's bucket, but I'm worried about their friend too. Wow, no pressure, right? This really isn't the kind of job I normally take, but it sounds like I'll have my hands full if I don't. Guess there's nothing to it but to do it. Alright, yeah. We'll take your request. Not sure if it will be any help though. Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll start by talking to your Sunday school teachers first. Sounds like they know a thing or two about what's happened to Jed. Yeah, I think they were having a meeting about him earlier. Father Krent and Sister Olga are inside the chapel right now. If you find out anything, let us know as soon as possible. Will do.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Isn't that always the case with us though? Always on the clock? Alright, let's talk to these teachers. Let's find out what they know about our boy. We don't have any proof, Olga. But we can't simply do nothing. I'm going to the police station to file a report. Sorry to interrupt, but we were wondering if we could ask you two a few questions. Oh, yes, of course. What seems to be the problem? Well, you see, I'm a Spriggan, and we just got a request from a couple of kids that go to Sunday school here. They wanted us to look into where their friend Jed is. They're worried about him. That must have been Tony and Mina. They ask about him every chance they can get. I'm surprised they tried to hire a Spriggan, though. I mean, no offense, but you should really let the church handle something like this. And I'm not sure how comfortable I feel sharing information on one of our children with a complete stranger. That's about the reaction I expected, honestly. It's way harder to do this sort of thing in Mesoldom than it is in the capital, huh? I mean, practically everyone knows your face back home. I'll vouch for them. They may not look it, but they're pretty trustworthy. Although, given Mr. Arkwright's exceptionally dubious character, your reaction is understandable. Don't worry, if he does anything that would offend the goddess, we'll make sure he receives due punishment. You really have it out for me, huh? Those robes. Are you with the congregation for the sacraments? I almost couldn't read that word. Ever have those moments where you have like a, not a tongue twister, but like a tongue trip up? Like you see the word and you know how to say it and then you just don't say it properly anyway? That's what's going on with me lately. Yeah, sorry for barging in on your conversation, but you were just saying something about filing a report. Why not ask these guys for help first? I'm surprised that you place so much trust in them. Personally, I still have my reservations, but, well, maybe this is Adios' will. So you'll let us handle it? Yes, we would be happy to have your assistance. First, let me explain. As you know, Jed hasn't been to school in 3 days, despite us trying to keep an eye on him. Having heard nothing from the boy, we made a trip to his house this morning to see what was going on. When we did, however, we were surprised to hear that he'd simply never come home in the first place. Sounds like things are worse than we thought, so he's completely missing then. Yes, and yet Jed's father said he had no intention of notifying the authorities. I can already tell that's bad parenting. Either the kid ran away, or he got kidnapped. Like, I don't know. His response to the matter was simply, I'm sure he'll come back eventually. That's a terrible father. But after that, he also said something to the effect of, he'll be sorry for putting me through all this. Ah, such care. Sounds like he doesn't care at all about his son's safety. Talk about a rough home. Yes, we believe it's possible that Jed's being abused. We've witnessed his father get upset with him on several occasions. He occasionally comes into school with injuries as well. Not the kind you expect from fighting with other kids either. Oh boy. Yep. Hopefully they'll give us, an option to deck the dad, but I doubt it. However, his father claims they're all Jed's doing. Oh, yeah. Force the problems on the kid. Of course. He says he gets them while playing because he's so competitive and quick to get into fights with other children. I know we just agreed to take this on, but maybe it's better if we leave this to the police. You think so too, then? I disagree. Yeah, going to the police is out of the question, for the moment at least. What are you talking about? That kid could be in serious trouble right now. Look, the cops are going to deal with this one of two ways. Either they send him back to his old man, or they place him in protective custody. Plus, if there's not enough evidence or Jed and his father have conflicting stories, the investigation alone would take months. Well, they're not wrong. In other words, any potential resolution would be brought to a standstill, and that would only serve to make things worse for Jed. I suppose that's true. That's why you should let us investigate first. I see what you mean. Didn't think you ever thought that far ahead. It's just, I get why some kids would want to run away from home. Been through my own share of stuff in the past after all. Well, I'm riding your coattails a little on this one, but I agree with you. That said, you're welcome to put in a report with the police, but would you mind waiting a bit? At least until we had a chance to do our thing. Yes, of course. We understand. I guess our first stop would be Jed's house then. It's that one right by the entrance to the back streets. Please do whatever you can to help him. Sure, we'll go see what we can find. Now, this one is already an interesting one. I don't think we've ever really had like quests like this where you're dealing with an abusive family member, you know? Alright, hold on, I'm probably going the wrong way. I am. Okay. Alright, it's over here. Oh! See this? You see this? Dude! Don't do that. Watch where you're going. Says the guy that was running and not looking where he's going, but it doesn't matter. Okay, this must be the place. Yeah, sounds like the dad's going to be a real piece of work, though. Don't you think it'll be a little tough to get info from him? There's no way he won't be on guard with us. Yeah, I think it'd be best if we formed the plan first. Ah, you're actually starting to sound like a Spriggan. This is exactly what I've been looking forward to. Well, first, we should make sure the ones doing the questioning are the least intimidating out of all of us. I got a voice recorder here, too, just in case. Also, I got a job for Zeros. For Zeros, well, I guess I don't mind, as long as you actually have a plan. Yeah, I'll take care of it when the time comes. Now, let's get the show on the road. You know, considering we were traveling together anyway, I figured we might as well help them out. But how are we the least intimidating ones? He really thinks he can get away with pushing us around like this? Still, I do think he made the right call. We may as well resign ourselves to it and knock already. Leon knocked on the door to Jed's house. Damn it, and I was just starting to get a buzz going. Yep. Not even hiding it either. Ain't seen you around before. You with the church? If it's about my kid, I already covered it with the others. Pleased to meet you. We actually just started working with the church here in Mezzaldom. We heard about Jed from the others. As his father, I'm sure you must be horribly distraught. So you see, we thought that perhaps we might be of some help. Yeah, that's right. We want to help look for Jed. Nah, don't bother yourself about it. I'm not sure if he's run away or what, but it's probably because I gave him a pretty harsh talking to a few days ago. Give him a day or two, and he always comes back. Huh? This isn't the first time he's run away? I mean, 3 days is a bit of a first, but otherwise, no. Why do I have to sit here and answer all these dumb questions anyway? Wish that broad I was dating never dropped them on me in the first place. I mean, all the kid ever does is mouth off. Doesn't clean, doesn't cook. If it weren't for the money I get for housing him, he wouldn't be spit to me. He ought to be grateful he even has a roof over his head. This man's every bit as unpleasant as we were led to believe. Can't believe. Huh? Got something you want to say to me, Missy? I said I can't believe what a lousy piece of shit you... My goodness, for our manners. This sister here has a very peculiar tie, you see. It presents like verbal abuse on occasion. Not a tie, a tick. That C look like an E. Huh? Seems like they're hanging on by a thread over there. Maybe it'll still work out? They did seem pretty unhappy about it all. But choosing them was the right choice. He's less likely to be on guard with someone from the church. I mean, after the visit they had earlier, why wouldn't they send someone else over? Oh, would you look at that? I think they're wrapping up. I see, so they're not actually blood related. And the only reason he's keeping him around is because of the welfare he gets from the government and the church. Shitty old bastard. Creeps like that make me sick. I didn't see any signs of a child in the house anywhere. Given the way his father was acting, it's likely he hasn't been back since he left. On a separate note, I admire your incredible willingness to force work onto others, man. Truly an admirable quality for a Spriggan. Yeah, sorry to throw you guys into the deep end like that. You were a big help. Alright, the next bit is up to our Zyphas and Zeros. You're talking about the scent of the house you had Zeros pick up, right? We just need to have him compare it against any other scent in the city using the shard search. God, 2 S's, man. Every 2 words that connect that start with an S is always a problem for me. Shard search. You see that? Think you can do that, Zeros? Guess we're all set then. We'll take over from here. I guess we can let the clergy rest for a bit. Of course, happy to oblige. Maybe this time we'll actually get to see you do something for once. Alright, smart mouth. Let's actually get some work done. Not there. We need to go... Oh, to the Orbital Factory. Okay. And then start doing a shard search. You see what I'm talking about? Sometimes, why?
Something's there. Do a shard search.
Oh, there it is. This seems to be where all the trail ends. The fact that it led us to a trash can doesn't exactly fill me with relief, though. Yeah, talk about a bad omen. But I guess a lead's a lead. Now let's see what's inside. Right, here we go. So that's all it was. Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid we were going to find a kid stuffed in there. You've been watching too many thrillers, Judith. Although, I was also starting to get a bit spooked. Let's see what's inside. An old mop, a scrub brush, and a large towel. All that, and there's also what looks like an old, worn-out set of kids' clothing in here. I assume Zeros must have picked up a scent on the clothes. I'm sure they're Jed's, but why were they thrown away? The items are gathered together pretty neatly. Doesn't feel like somebody trying to dispose of evidence. Maybe whoever threw this stuff out just wanted to get Jed into a change of clothes. They're pretty dirty. Probably wanted the kid to clean up a bit. Do you think someone's trying to take care of him? That seems like a pretty likely possibility. Oh, look at the guy in the background. Where are you going, dude? Are you delivering? Oh, he's delivering. The question is who? We should be able to narrow it down based on the contents of the bag. Yeah, this doesn't really look like your typical family's trash. Probably came from one of the shops around here. In that case, maybe it was Levinsky Oboe Factory, Lockup Bathhouse, the Green Souvenir Store. I would say the Lockup Bathhouse. The bathhouse. Whoever works there definitely knows where Jet is. Oh, that makes sense. A bathhouse would totally have all those items. Huh, you're right. I hadn't even thought about it. I take it that means we have our next stop, yes? Yeah, let's go see what they have to say. 1 SP. I got it right. I like how it's just a cross. Like, everything is so convenient right now. I really appreciate that. Hold on. Is that the dad? You.
Nothing like a good hot bath.
Excuse me, ma'am. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh, certainly. What would you like to know? You're not taking care of a child here by any chance, are you? We're looking for a little boy named Jed. May I ask why you're looking for him? We spoke with a few people at the chapel who are worried about him. They haven't seen him for 3 days now. Yeah, and we promised we'd do whatever we could to find him. Is there any way we can convince you to trust us? No, it's alright. It's plain to see you're good folk. Or, they could have provided some paperwork, you know, Arkwright Solutions and all that. But, I mean, whatever. Word of mouth works too, I guess. However, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you three. Jed just ran off a few minutes ago. The boy practically burst out the door like his tail was on fire. Because the dad was out there. Did something happen? Well, you see, maybe it's best I start from the beginning. If you don't mind. I've been worried about that boy for a while now. You see, his father is far from being a good man. Sometime back, I even saw him push the kid to steal something from the souvenir store. Oh, that's why the dad's out there. He's using him. Unbelievable. Then 3 days ago, I noticed him wandering around all by himself at night. I called out to him and I noticed that his cheeks were swollen like he'd been beaten. I figured I would patch him up a bit. So that's how he ended up staying here with you. Must mean you're the one who had him changed into a different set of clothes. You knew about all that? Yes, that was me. I was lucky enough to save some clothes around his size that we usually reserve for customers. So I had him change into those. Then gave him a meal that'd be easy on his stomach. It's very kind of you, ma'am. Sure explains what he's been up to the last 3 days. Which leads us back to him running around out of here a minute ago, right? He certainly seems to be feeling better. You see, I was thinking of asking him if he'd like to stay here permanently. You want to become his legal guardian? I'm impressed that you'd be willing to take on that kind of responsibility. Well, my husband passed away and my only son is living elsewhere with his own family. I hardly know what to do with myself if I don't have someone to look after. And in the end, it just wouldn't sit right with me if I sent him back to that awful father of his. You know, I like you, Angela. You good people. You good people. Want to join Arkwright Solutions by any chance? You know, as a sub party? You won't find any disagreements here. I was in the middle of asking him what he thought of me taking him in, but that's when he up and ran off. I'm sure he probably just needs some time to think it over. Well, I think you painted a pretty clear picture. Sounds like Jed probably hasn't gotten all too far either. Well, I'm sure he's nearby. He's probably over by the lighthouse. I'm a bit worried about him catching a cold in this weather, though. If you don't mind, would you be willing to go check on him for me? Of course. It'd be no problem. Well, I guess we're finally meeting Jed. Let's go.
Nothing like a good hot bath.
Yeah, you better stay there, dude. I better not see you anywhere else. Lighthouse. Okay, where's this guy delivering to, man? You going to the lighthouse too? I'm curious. Where's he going? Now he's making a turn. Sure got cold out here. Hey, Why the long face, kid? Who are you? It's not your business. Actually, it's very much our business. We were planning to go take a bath over at the bathhouse, but the old lady at the counter was a bit of a tizzy. We asked her if there was a problem, and she said she was so worried about the little boy who ran out that she couldn't focus on work. Huh? I didn't realize. So, are you this Jed she was talking about? If something's bothering you, why don't we talk it out? Otherwise, you might never get a turn in those bats. That's an interesting approach. She's very well versed in dealing with kids too. The thing is, that old lady asked me if I wanted to stay with her. She gave me these new clothes and fed me a ton of food. I didn't know what to think of it at first, but it was way better than anything I've ever had at home. Sounds pretty great to me. Why don't I give it a try for a while? Give it a try? How do you expect me to do that, huh? If I did, it'd be like I was running away from my dad. This isn't a matter of pride, though. If he's treating you poorly, it's okay to run away, don't you think? That's the coward's way out, and I'm no coward. I never lost a fight. But this old lady... Sure, she treats me like I'm her kid right now, but it's all just for show. She's gotta be just like my old man. She just wants me for the mirror. Do you really believe that? Yeah, of course I do. All grown-ups are just liars and phonies. She almost had me fooled, too. Glad I came out here to cool my head. Oh, that's so tragic, man. When you get so abused and mistreated by adults that you start thinking they're all the same. You can't even trust a nice old lady. You came out here to cool your head and that's your answer? You're an even bigger dumbass than I thought. He's got you so screwed up in the head that you don't even know how to accept some goddamn human decency. Hey, isn't she going a bit too far here? Yeah, she's really laying into him. Nah, let her handle this one. Why do you gotta yell at me like that? You're just like my old man. Listen, you wanna know why I'm so angry? It's because you said something wrong, and I think you know what it was. What do you mean? You know exactly what I mean. That old lady is genuinely worried about you. She wants to help you however she can. She doesn't deserve to have her feelings spat on just because you think she's only in it for the mirror or whatever. Why are you saying all this? I know I was out of line saying all that stuff a minute ago. And I know she's actually really nice. It's just, if I went to live with her, I'd have to explain it to my old man. Look, I don't know what your dad say if you try to leave, but it sounds to me like you want to take the old lady up on her offer, and you're too scared of your dad to do it. What you're missing is the courage to be honest with yourself. If you want to leave home, maybe tell some adults how you're feeling instead of trying to deal with it all on your own. Us, that old lady, and the people at the church are all here to help you. You said we never lost a fight, right? Well, you don't have to lose this one either. Okay, I'll try. That's the spirit. See? You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Whew, I wasn't sure that was going to turn out so well for a minute there, but it looks like all is well that ends well. Yeah, that's one more case in the bag. That's the delinquent sister for you. Indeed, she's a lot kinder than she lets on, if a bit of a busybody. Alright, let's head back. I know I got a little steam there, but I'll leave the rest to you, Spriggan. Hey, no harm done. Alright then, let's go and get Angela. Then we'll head to the chapel to talk everything over. And so, they went back to get Angela, then headed back to the chapel. And they're all reunited again. Tony and Mina gave Jed a bit of a scolding, but the three were more than happy to be reunited. In the meantime, Van's group sat down with the head of church, Vicar Rodian, to discuss Jed's future. And that's why I decided to take the boy in. If possible, I'd like to become his guardian so that he can continue to live with me. I'm sure this would have gone much smoother if I consulted with the church first. I'm very sorry for all the trouble. There's no need for an apology. Some of the blame lies with us for not doing more from the beginning. Besides, it should be relatively simpler to register him with your name and household. Considering it sounds like that's Jed's wish, I'd say we can go ahead and start moving things in that direction. The real problem is what to do about his old man. Yeah, that's gonna be the most critical part. You make it sound like you already got a plan in mind. You're gonna share with the class? Yes, if that's true, we'd certainly like to hear it. The way I see it, we got two options. The first option would be to hand him over to the police. And the second option, we don't turn him in at all. Wouldn't handing him over to the police be the obvious choice? I think so too. We already have testimony from Angela and the boy himself that he was being abused. We even have those recorded statements from when we spoke to the father earlier. He should be held accountable for what he's done. Even if he's brought in, his case won't be tried as a serious crime. If Jed was harmed to the point of nearly being killed, that would be a different story. But because he's mostly been able to attend school regularly, there's a likelihood that his father could get off with a light sentence. If that's the case, then I can understand why we wouldn't want to get the police involved. But you don't plan to let the father get off scot-free either, right? Right. I'm going to have him sign a contract. It'll guarantee that he not only leaves Mezzaldom, but that he never makes contact with Jed again. Well, it certainly won't be a loss for the community. And if we threaten to expose his other crimes to the police upon breach of contract, he should have no issue agreeing to our terms. That's a pretty good idea. But it also means that jerk won't have to face judgment. He can just start a new life somewhere else, like it's no big deal. Even thinking about it pisses me off. I think it's most important we make sure he adheres to the contract, and to be frank, I'm not totally convinced we'll be able to get him to sign. I suppose we'll just have to rely on Spriggan's experience once more. I imagine there's no clear solution to this issue. You're all much more closely aware of Jed's concerns than we are, so I'd like to take your perspective into account on the matter. I guess it's up to you, Van. Well, if you want my opinion. Maybe we should turn him over to the police so he'll actually have to pay for his crimes. Or do we let him off with signing a contract? I'd rather we have him sign the contract. The police isn't really going to help out in this particular scenario. I get it. I get that that's the standard go-to. But for the moment, we keep him out of town and he adheres to the clauses that we implemented. I think we'll be good. And I think the kid will be okay. I think we should have him sign a contract. Choosing what's best for the kid's future has to take priority over meting out a punishment to his old man. And from that perspective, if he ever tries to get revenge, we'll have our excuse to hand him over to the police. I see where you're coming from. You make a very convincing argument. Very well. The church will move forward as you've suggested. Soon after, Van's group arrived at Jed's father's house with the contract already in hand. It stated, the undersigned agrees to leave Mezzaldom immediately and to never seek contact with Jed or bring him any harm for the rest of his life. Any breach of this contract will result in the undersigned's past crimes being brought to light and reported to the appropriate authorities. The bit about his past crimes was a bluff on Van's part, but Jed's father, sensing truth in Van's claims, finally relented and agreed to sign the contract.
That takes care of that.
Alright.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Gray went up. Chaos? No? Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Hey, big.
Alright.
Wanna have a little fun?
I got side quests to take care of, ma'am. You know, I'm real busy. Alright, the next one is a monster extermination one, right? Okay. Let's save again. Alright.
Okay. Next.
What the hell's going on here? What the hell? Damn it. Even if their staff is hiding, searching the premises is bound to turn up a mound of evidence. I've already contacted Inspector Daswani. All we need now is a warrant. This tinderbox of a company isn't getting out scot-free on my watch. Damn it, even if their bluff is hiding something, searching the premises is bound to turn up a mound. Yep. Okay. Alright, well. That's, something. Entry point. Looks like all the entrances and exits are blocked off. But all the blockades inside are still unlocked. Alright, as long as we use the ducts, we should be able to reach the server room. Okay, let's get moving. Oh, wow, we're not even... Okay. You know what? Yeah, I already saved. We're good. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Fearsome foe prowling around.
There are so many of them. Look out!
Transforming into Grimcat. It's Grimcat. Yep, I know. Okay, who's first? You? Alright. Grimcat it is.
You'll never guess. Time to raise the curtain. Grimcat at your service. It's go time.
Hit him hard, hit him proud.
Initiating skill.
This one's gonna knock your socks off. I hope you're ready. Now for the climax. Grim Knight Wall.
New stage expanded.
Your move.
Damn, I was hoping she'd get to go next. Alright, what do you have for us, Celis?
Make it count.
We can do La Fort, or we can do Grand Serpent, Suitor's Judgment,
Pressure
Burn.
him and move in.
Marisha, burn, damage up. Okay,
Going all in.
They don't seem to be weak up against anything else,
Make
so
it count.
let's go. Attack here.
Give me strength.
What the hell did I use? Alright, fine, whatever.
Let's go.
Get him.
Activating skill.
Etch this sight in your mind, cause it's the last you'll ever see. Become the maw of hellfire that consumes the darkness. Fiamma Midgard.
That is so cool.
Your next Elysian.
Alright, cool.
Gotcha.
Miss.
You'll pay for that.
I said miss. Alright, fine.
Finish your man.
Stay put.
Found
That
Revelation.
takes care of that.
Wow, really?
Reward deposited.
That was it? We're good? Do you need me to check the... No? We're good? That is hilarious. Alright, well, let me heal up. Here's the building. Wow. Okay, well.
Okay.
That takes care of that then, huh? I wasn't expecting it to be that quick and easy. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Alright. Main story time, baby.
The ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
Huh? Didn't realize there was a shoot here today. They weren't around when we came through earlier. Gotti's probably been moving the production here, there, and everywhere, filming things the script never called for. I swear, this happens every time he gets worked up. Makes me worry how the cast and crew are coping. Well, we've come all this way. Might as well go and say hello. Hey, you three. What's new? What new scene are you working on now? Oh, look who it is. Judith, I'm glad you asked, actually. This little snow flurry popped up at just the right time. Picture this. Antonio, the young, handsome businessman who came to Michelle's rescue, is revealed to have been the mob boss all along. And Michelle is about to fall right into his clutches. A twist like that against a backdrop like this? Phenomenal. Plus, now that you're here, huh? I see where you're going with this, Salvatore. Putting both female leads in the scene at once will lend it a lot more impact. I tell you, this woman really gets me. What did I just walk into?
I don't understand. Why are you here, Antonio? Where's Ron?
About that. Neither he nor Goldenblood will be joining us, I'm afraid. Now, be a dear and hand over that key. It's our only hope of foiling their scheme.
No. Ron swore he would come. He said not to give this to anyone but him. He knew the Syndicate would try and take it away. Antonio. You're with them, aren't you?
Oh, come now, Michelle. Don't misunderstand me. I'm a businessman. In our line of work, Mira makes the world go round. Now then, with all those unwanted nuisances out of the way, our plan can finally come to fruition. You fools played right into my...
Hey, Tony. Thought I told you not to let your guard down around the ladies.
Golden blood? It can't be. How are you still alive? Get her! Don't stop until she's dead!
Now! Right! Take this!
Yeah! Damn you! You'll never stop my plans!
Sorry to break it to you. The Golden Blood never says never. We'll stop you no matter what. And Ron will be right there with us!
God! We got the shot, everybody!
I want to see this whole movie. Really, I do. I want to see it in full. Seeing a movie play out from behind the scenes is more fun than I thought. You could barely even tell the whole thing was off the cuff. My, what an experience. To think we'd have front row seats to a performance by two of the most ravishing actresses of our time. Maybe dial it back a bit, fanboy? You and me are birds of a feather, Leon. Too bad you didn't come by sooner, or I could have given you the full backstage experience. By the by, I understand that Van filled in for one of your cast members. Perhaps I could do the same next time you're in the need? Hey now, there's an idea. With a pretty face like that, I could even line you up for a secret debut if you're up for it. Quit egging him on, damn it. That's the actor who didn't show up yesterday. Quite the role they subbed you in for, Van. Yeah, it's pretty typical for a Gotti production. You can tell he's big on irredeemable villains. But it's got a different vibe this time around now that he and Lamb are now directing. Hey, what is this? A live studio audience? Quit lazing around. The scene's wrapped up, so let's get back on track already. Right, won't want to overstay our welcome. Whoops, guess we got a little derailed. Sorry to get in your way, everyone. We'll be taking our leave now. Not at all. You're welcome to visit anytime. Our next set of shots is over in the back streets. We'll head that way once everything's packed up. I'll place them right near the underground club. And you've got rehearsals this evening, young lady, so I'd better not see you saunter in late. I know, you don't need to treat me like a newbie. I've heard talk of a construction job in that area several years back. Supposedly, special attention was paid to the plumbing. Noted. Thanks, Granny. Damn, your grandma's got some real street smarts. She reminds me a bit of Master Barkhorn somehow. Well, we mustn't let our kindness go to waste. Shall we be off? Yeah, come on, guys.
What are Judith, Van, and Catra doing with those two, of all people? I just hope it doesn't drag on too long.
I've no doubt this will be a fascinating movie. Seems to be quite the collaborative endeavor.
We'll see. A lot of so-called ambitious collabs don't end up working out that well. But if they pull it off, it'll prove just how skilled the directors and actresses here are.
Look forward to the final product, because I guarantee it'll blow you away.
I wonder if Nina will join us eventually. The Barracuda. Okay. Alright then, let's go. Oh, wait, wrong way. Hold on, let me double check. Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
But, am I going the right way? Nope. One more turn.
Something's there. Do a shard search.
You said something's here. Huh. Is it around this area? Huh. Alright, well. I'm going in.
Grammy said they were doing some work on the plumbing.
Right. Now might be the time to do a shard search.
Oh, look at Disco go. She got the skills. Look at that. Look at that. Go. Holy crap. That's skill. Nice. Alright. If I get distracted. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yep, but where was the... Do you want me to talk to someone here? Hold on. Oh, okay, they want me to use the thing here. Okay, I get it now. I gotta use it in the bathroom. There it is.
It's reacting to something.
In the bathroom?
Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. Once that happens, you will no longer be able to move freely around town. Alright, yeah, we are... You know what? Hold off. Let me save for now. Alright, let's go. I'm ready. Ready to go. We have a reading. Is there a hidden entrance here? Yep, we hit the jackpot. It's here from the other side though, so it's gonna take some elbow grease to get open. Well, here goes nothing. Hold up a sec. Is something the matter, Celis? Don't tell me you're getting cold feet. The hell do you think I am? There. I put up a barrier to keep people out. It'll only hold for 5 minutes though, so make this quick. Alright, thanks. I can't wait to get this over with either. Ah, that smell. I expected there to be a stench, but not one quite this putrid. This escape hatch leads right into this shit lagoon. Guess we'll just have to hold our breath and go. Actually, from a mental health standpoint, I would prefer to avoid traumatizing myself. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. Indeed, this is a purification barrier. It cleanses the area around me and removes any foul odors. Shall I cast it on you all as well? Save for Van, of course, since he seems so confident he can grin and bear it. Yeah, real funny. Jokes aside, that's an impressive spell. It'd spare our noses, not to mention our laundry. Agreed. Let's take him up on his offer. No sense in making things hard on ourselves at this stage. Upon descending to the hidden passage, Van and the others found themselves in a pitch-black sewer. Using a series of barely noticeable scratches in the walls as their guide, they gradually made their way forward. Until eventually... Huh, so this is where that tunnel leads. We're on the western outskirts of Mesoldom by my estimate. Looks to me like this entire area would be out of view for anyone in the city. All these twists and turns, no signs of civilization. Makes for a good getaway route. What do you know? This thing wasn't reacting at all before. I was starting to think we'd missed the mark. We're in the right place after all then. Whatever the legacy might be, it must have some connection to what happened in Edith. Yeah, want to be ready for anything. Not sure I follow, but about that thing in your hand. We can delve into that matter later. Our destination is nearby. I'm sensing something strange ahead as well. Proceed with caution, everyone. For sure. You guys do the same. Alright, screw it. Alright, on that note, guys, I'm going to be ending it for today. Thank you all for watching. When next we return, we're going to traverse this area, find out what's really going on, take down the boss, and celebrate our victory. As per usual. So if anything else, thank you all, and I'll see you again next time.